Hello there, my name is Taco Boss, and today I want to showcase another deck that I was trying to use to climb in Platinum. And the deck that I want to show you today is called Sunlight Shine Bright. And this is the deck that I've tried to make using two of our light users, that's Leona and Lux. And so I thought of using this deck primarily for the use of Sunburst, since it is a Daybreak card that triggers Leona. Leona is uses the ability Daybreak, and the Daybreak is using an ability as the first card in the specific round. And so with Leona and having Daybreak, when it's the first card, she's able to level up, and then whenever a Daybreak card is triggered, she gets to stun an enemy, which is really strong in terms of controlling the board. And then you have Lux, who levels up when you use a 6 plus mana spells, and that can be through using a 6 cost spell such as Remembrance or even Sunburst, or combining that together with something like 2 Hushes, or a Bastion and a Hush, or Prismatic Barrier and Sword Shaping. If you go over 6, it's okay, like, you can still level up Lux, but you want to be able to get the 6 mana to be able to level up Lux, and then to start getting her final sparks, which she can cast for free on enemy units. This works really well together, and having Sunburst is able to deal with a lot of champions right when they come out. I'm talking about Sejuani before she levels up. I'm talking about Gangplank, Thresh, a pre-leveled Trundle that comes out, level 5, on turn 5, turn 6. Before level up, you can still Sunburst the opponent, and doing it in a way that they can't really trigger any effects or anything like that is really powerful. Being able to all of a sudden remove Diana, to remove an Ezreal, Twisted Fate, anything like that. And then if you have Lux, you're able to use the Sunburst, destroy the card, you get a final spark, you can remove a second card on the board. You also have some other cards that are able to generate more cards, like Solari Priestess. She can generate a Comet to be able to deal with even bigger threats that Sunburst can't deal with. Like if you're facing Swains or Nautiluses or something along that lines, that you have to just get through and just remove the card from the board, having Obliterate is great. We do have some other cards that benefit from playing the 6 mana spells. I've added in Mageseeker Investigator right now. I don't have it in the decks that I'm showing you today, like the actual gameplay. It wasn't in there. It's something that I've decided to add recently. I had one copy of Hush because I had more Prismatic Barriers and more Bastions, and I found myself with a lot of them in my hands and not actually using them. So I've decided to drop down the amount that I have. Mageseeker Persuader is really good because it triggers off of the 6 mana spell as well as the Investigator. They just are able to pop off. Ravun Daylight is also really good. And since I have Leona and I have Ravun and I have a lot of these, purposely statted units that I have, back to back in this situation seems good when you're dealing with bigger minions that you have to block and you need to stand with your units back to back. So I added in only one of these because it has a requirement of having 2 minions on the board in order for it to truly have a good purpose or good reason. I don't normally run it, and if you're playing heavy control decks, like if you're playing against like Acel, back to back is not going to save you at all against the bigger Celestials and Acel himself. It's not going to save you against Nautilus at all, but against other aggressive decks and like mid-range decks that build really big, having back to back can make a very big difference in certain plays. And having that on statted minions like Leona, Solari Priestess, if you do draw a Celestial from Star Shaping and putting that on it, it works really well. So this is the deck that I used. I did all right. Like I had a slightly over a 50% win rate, and so I just wanted to showcase this deck. If you like playing games with Lux, I will be honest right now that Lux does well against aggressive decks. So if you face like a lot of scout decks, then this is really good. If you face a lot of Nightfall, this is going to go really well. If you're playing against some Shadow Isles, you have like a basically Hush. You can run. I have two right now because I did see a lot of Shadow Isles. But you don't have to run two Hushes. You can probably get away with just one, generally. And a lot of those are good. When you start getting into Swain TF a lot, and you start seeing a lot of Trundle Aesol, I would definitely say that this deck will not win favorably against those very often. I played against it 4 times yesterday, and I won one. So, and the one time I won, Aesol was on the board, but it was just that one. So, Aesol is the king of control. You can control other people, but you can't control Aesol. So, just letting you know, like, if you're trying to climb, you're trying to get farther into the game, on higher win rates, higher players, higher skill level, I wouldn't recommend this if you're seeing a lot of Aesol. So, that's the intro that I have for you. There are 2 games that I have. One was against an aggressive deck, and the other one was against this mid-range deck that at the very beginning I was like, like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And they had me, like, on the verge of death for the entire game. And so I just wanted to showcase how this deck can pop off when it's really at risk into the late game, and how it deals with high threats, and also another one where there's just aggression in your face, and how you shut it down. So hope that you like this content. Leave a like if you do, and hope you enjoy Leona and Lux. Try it out if you want, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the video. That Lulu was more problematic than I anticipated it to be. Like, there was just a constant pressure. And once you leveled up, the barrier made it pretty much impossible to go off. I should probably stop some of this damage, right? Like, this is turn 2. Do I let myself do this much? I guess so. Because then what's my next turn? Just heal. That's solid. Do me a solid.
Their guilt is evident.
Mother Moon Leona. Whatever the cost.
What are you hiding? I see all.
Just keep this going. Let's see what's going on.
Sisters.
Doesn't matter if I do it now or later. I'm probably
A life without freedom is not worth living.
wow.
Cloaked in moonlight.
Insolent cur.
So he has another one of the 6 mana in hand.
Daylight everlasting.
Raise your weapon, Sunward.
Mages can't hide from me. outrun justice. March! Protect Demacia!
In case he had another fall. Didn't want to drop it down to 3 and lose the chance I had.
Back to your caverns. You are not safe here.
Your cruelties roused us from our homes.
We can do this!
Lunari, to me.
Shine with me!
Freedom.
We'll save Demacia from magic.
Demacia doesn't need saving!
Compassion, not anger, guides us.
Stand in judgment. You have no alibi. Piercing rays!
Better! Brighter than before! Silver. The superior
I'm honestly
tactic
kinda shocked I
is
won
to
that
never
one.
give up.
I took 9 damage on turn 2.
Help the poor.
Speak, stars. Speak, I say.
That's actually the best one I could have gotten.
Go, floaty crystals.
Anything helps.
Daylight breaks on the battlefield. Sunlight blinds.
unless they end up getting like thermal beam or something. 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll have 9 cards.
Unwavering strength.
Unless he gets like thermo beam or something like that, I don't think this deck really has an easy way to deal with the dragon. I mean, like he can pull Vibe and then he uses his Vibe
Don't
to have
worry,
it.
I am
Like,
here.
it's really tough. If he plays Vi on the next turn, I'll probably just... Oh, and I don't actually have enough to Sunburst. JK. I can do like a Prismatic Barrier into single combat or something like that. But we'll see what he plays. I could also potentially do a single combat to destroy Tarek depending on how he like tries to buff himself or buff things, and then if he tries to do something
Daylight is
to
unrelenting,
kill the
but
Screeching
not
Dragon,
eternal.
I can Bastion if it's a spell.
Good haul today, was it?
I ain't complaining.
I don't mind Stem Punk. Do I guess the one concern is just what he would... Let's hold the 2 mana. He may have like the...
Look sharp.
Sunworks maps. Yep, thought so.
Unyielding.
Let's not have you steal cards.
Save me, Luke.
And we can save the 3 mana. I think next turn I potentially just play Lux, and then I challenge Tarek, and just keep it for a Bastion for the next turn.
We can do this!
Vi stands for violence.
I can potentially get even more out of Vi later. Well, let's actually...
A beacon in battle!
Stand and fight.
Let's...
La la la
Yeah, let's do
la
that.
la la la. I'm innocent!
There's nothing that he has in Piltoverance on that can keep him safe from the dragon. I think it's okay to let Leona die. Because, like, the trade does nothing.
I won't stand by!
Then if he has a Mystic Shot, no Mystic Shot in hand.
Get back here. Sun sets.
I actually really do need to obliterate the Tarek. He's about to get he's leveling up.
Preserve beauty and protect all life.
Yo, if he
Look
passes
sharp,
Tarek,
never submit.
of course I have to block this. What a way to go. Let's do this. It's very possible he has Bastion.
Protect.
Better! Brighter than before!
There's no point in using the final spark either, because he's invincible. So if he passes turn. I don't mind that, actually. It's perfect, actually. I also have a Bastion or a Prismatic to deal with a spell.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
Into battle with hearts aglow!
You spurn my gift?
Shuffle it.
We're in this together! Idiots!
Keep the challenger alive. I missed when he tossed.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly. By the light! Spilled!
Don't worry, I am here.
Sure, you're all shiny and majestic, but can you float?
I could certainly try.
Daylight everlasting!
I think I want to lose the elite over Ravoon. I think I have to get rid of this.
A beacon through the dark!
Yes, he has 3 gems. with the elite.
And here's where I'd paint my constellation.
He has two. No. He has one celestial. Okay.
To protect all.
Like this.
5-3. He should gem Tarek. No, he shouldn't actually. Oh.
Unyielding.
Right play. I do.
This is my choice. Going to the light.
Hello, hello.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
The light of my star warms the heavens.
Every gem you bestow reflects the beauty of our world.
Each is made in your name, Protector.
Shatter them.
Paint your feelings.
Sapphire, gem of our divine patron.
Never submit.
We have no quarrel.
So that's 3. And this is 1.
However, for our might.
You are beneath me.
Believe or burn.
Okay. Yeah, that's about right.
My star fades.
Yeah, Celestials are pretty insane. I guess I actually just love
I am the bulwark against darkness!
it. Yo, this Tarek's actually pretty nutty, man. Throwing me
Chosen
off
of the
pretty good.
sun.
A shining warrior.
Okay, so got a Raboon.
Our strength is forever at its zenith.
Blessed daylight surrounds me.
Daylight
insane.
warms the heart and lights the way. Sunlight blinds.
Then what? Why did I get
Bask in the light's
two?
radiance.
What happened? Oh, because I have two. Duh. Woo, man.
Our deeds will be written in the heavens.
That was close. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. I was trying to win.